Okay, so like I said before, I have notes. And those notes are based on UX Models Part 2, my current understanding. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually discuss my journey or just make some clarifications on my understanding of the UX field from the time I got into it, as I am self-taught. But my siblings studied it, and when they were studying it, I was in high school, and being the youngest sibling, I always glean on what they're doing more than what I'm doing. So from my understanding, when they were doing it, it has changed a lot since I've kind of gotten into the field and taught myself and looked around me. And I feel like over the years, because of impatience, you kind of compromise on getting a deep understanding of things. And so what happened was I was focused, because of what I was seeing, I was focused on output. And I focused on tech stack based on that output. So things like Figma, Adobe, Photoshop, all of those things. I would focus on how to use those so that whatever I was learning, I could use the technology to show my skill. And of course then make money or get a job or anything like that. So the results and the output was the focus, but in terms of gaining a deeper understanding, I was aware of what my sisters were studying at the time, and they would come back home and have discussions with me or with themselves, but I'd just be kind of on standby based on what they were learning. Someone's going to come in the frame now, it's going to look funny, so I'll cut that out. And so I still kept that in mind, but I didn't have the focus to kind of delve deeper in that and gain clarity on what they were learning from a theoretical standpoint. And so I just got into the technical, practical side, and I focused on tech stack. And you'll see a lot of the things that I've output now is very visual and based on tech stack. What I didn't understand is how that related more to the different practices within the design field. And at the time when my siblings were studying, UX design was just coming up, right? And at the same time, because many people were kind of officializing themselves as UX designers and saying they had 15 years into this seemingly new field, I don't know, I still don't have clarity on that. But it was a lot of business people from IT, and people that would study systems that were in UX design, and rightfully so. And at the same time, the business consultants are also gaining understanding of this new term. Might have been there for a while, but it was new to me and a lot of designers at the time, design thinking. And that was like still in the early 2000s, early 2010s. We even had documentaries. There was a design thinking movie, I think, and people were discussing this term of design thinking. I know IDEO was like they were like thought leaders in that regard, because they were big on prototyping and they were big on like getting an idea out there. Getting an idea out there and just prototyping, seeing if it works, and then iterating from there on, which is a design thinking process. And I didn't understand that at the time, because there was also user-centric design, and then there was human computer interaction. So HCI, UCD, all of these terms were coming out. This user interface design, user experience design. And then you had marketing that was also coming into the mix, because it was user-centered. So now you're doing your user research, and is that market research as well? So there was so many things happening. And I'm just kind of picking up the pieces as I'm going along the way, that everything just kind of meshed. And I got confused as to what it was I was actually doing. I hope I have enough space. This is going to be 4 minutes. I'm going to cut this here, and I'm going to get some space on my SD card and come back. Should have really done a good preparation. Sorry about that.